What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Where do we leave off? Well, actually, I can answer that. We left off over here on the Fairmont. We got the ladder bar cross member in, and that is a big step because that means that I can work on these frame rails. And then after the frame rails are done, I can work on tying the cross member into the rocker panel, into the cage, into the tunnel, into everything, and I can really sturdy this deal up. But we gotta get some frame rails in it to do so. So that is actually what we got going on today. Today, I have a few goals. I want to get the frame rails tacked in up here. I want to get the back, well actually I want the tube that is gonna go across, that is going to reattach to here and that down bar. So I want this tacked, the tube that goes from this frame rail to that frame rail, and the back prepped and ready to go in. Probably won't be able to get all of it done, like as far as all of it in the car ready to go, but I feel like I can at least get, I'd like to have the four bars, 2 frame rails, the bar that goes across the back, and the bar that is going to go from there, that frame rail to that frame rail, attaching the 2 down bars. I'll let you get those 4 bars prepped, ready to go. Whether that's going to happen, not sure, but I'm going to try really hard, and that's kind of what this video is about. I got some notching to do, I got some measuring to do, I got some cutting to do, I got more notching to do. So, that's where we're at, that is what we got going on. I got to get to work, and yeah, let's get this thing going, let's get this thing done. So, I'm going to work on frame rails today. You guys are coming along for that journey. Alright, so I thought I was going to be at a completely different spot at this point in the night. However, I have come to the realization that I cannot accomplish what I want, and what I wanted to do in the beginning of the night was this. And you know what, I'm going to draw it out real quick, and I'll show you guys, and then I'll walk to the car, and I'll show you why it just wasn't going to happen, and it wasn't going to work out how well I wanted it to work out. And the plan that I have now that also doesn't allow me to move forward anymore, but tomorrow night, it will really allow me to finish up what I started and make my life a lot easier. And I think it'll come out better because it gives me less of a chance to screw up. With the way I wanted to do it, as I got into it, I realized there was a lot of ways I could screw it up, and I'm going to try to avoid that. Alright, so this was the original plan, and now it's changed. My original plan was this is the ladder bar cross member, this is going to be a crossbar that the frame rail was going to notch into, and then this was going to be the rest of the frame rail into the back of the car. So obviously I was going to take 1 tube and make it into 2 and then try to notch it in, and it gave me a lot of room to mess up, and honestly I'm not going to do that anymore. I thought of a better way of how to do this and make it nicer, neater, and less crowded. So like you can see, I actually spent a lot of time. I even got plates cut out. I was even going to make them and weld them up on both sides and then run that tube across through here. So it was pretty much just going to be, if I can find a tube. So it was going to be run from there through there all the way across, all nice and straight. But I'm not doing that for the simple reason that it gives me a lot of chance to screw up, and I think it's going to take way more time than I initially thought it was going to. So instead, I figured out a solution, and I think it's going to work a lot better. Instead of cutting back here and then adding the tube, I'm instead going to find a piece of tubing that fits snugly in here, and I'm going to plug weld and make this tube longer. So that way I can attach it to the 2-3 rectangle tube that I'm going to then put on this ledge. So this is going to get all 2-3. This is now going to get plug welded, and I'm going to make it long enough to reach my 2-3 instead of doing what I was originally going to do, which I think is going to take me way more time. It gives me a lot of chance to screw something up. And this is just, I think, just an easier, better way. So I scoured all night trying to find a piece that fit in here so that way I could build my frame rails tonight. But unless I want my neighbor to be missing part of their gate, it's not going to happen. So I'm going to go find a piece of tubing for tomorrow, and then I will plug weld, build my frame rails, put my frame rails in, put the 2-3 in up here so that way I have something to attach my frame rails to, and then build the centerpiece, cut the down bars, attach the down bars. So I'm a day behind. I wanted to have all this stuff in by tonight, but I realized that the way I wanted to do it was going to be way more work than I thought it was going to be, and it just gave me a lot of room to screw up. So instead, I'm going to come back at this tomorrow, plug weld my frame rails, make them longer, and which is completely legal. I actually overkilling it by plug welding them, mainly because there's really no structure back here that needs to hold up, but I want to plug weld them. I want to make them nice and strong, and I just don't want to butt weld them together. It's just, why? When I can plug weld them, make them super strong, stiff, and completely legal. Like I said, all it's doing is going to be holding up tin work, but I want it to look nice. So I am instead going to jump to tomorrow for you guys where I have these plug welded and ready to go. So we're going to jump to the point where I'm welding these things up, and yeah, we're going to put this 2-3 in as well tomorrow, which you're going to see, and frame rail should be in tomorrow, which is going to be super exciting. So let's jump to that. I am going to finish off tonight here, but you guys are going to see me plug welding these, make my frame rails longer right now. All right, guys, so we are back, and it is it's night 2 of frame rail install, and we're on the right path. Still missing a insert to plug weld into the frame rails to extend it, but for the most part, we're on the right path, and I actually have the piece that the frame rails are going to attach to just sitting in the car, mocked up. As you can see, it's 179.9 degrees. That is going to be 90, or actually no, it should be 0. And it is. So I'm basing this as the table I know is level, and flip it 180 and within reason. I'm not going to fight over 0.2, especially because I don't know if this level is that accurate. I know it's definitely within the degree of 180, so it's flat. It's parallel. It's sitting in the car right now. It's not even welded, so I can actually work that to perfect 180 if I want to take the time to. So, with that being said, it's kind of like the only update I got on the car as of right now. I think I might have just found something. Let's find out. Get my handy dandy caliper. And we're gonna snag the inside diameter. Okay. I'm actually gonna walk to Dad's car here because I found something, and just want to see. All right, maybe. It's not perfect, but I think I might have just found my insert, especially if I want to get this done tonight. I might have just found my insert for this to get the frame rails done. And if you're watching this, I owe you, I guess. Just send me an invoice. So actually, I might be able to get a lot of this done tonight. So with that being said, I guess I'm actually going to clean up this piece of metal, this 2-3 that we got here, which is going to be where the frame rails are going to land. They're going to land hopefully dead center of this deal, and then this will get welded and braced and all sorts of stuff. So actually it looks like I might be able to get these frame rails in tonight, which will be super exciting. So I guess I'm gonna set the GoPro up, get to work. I guess I'm gonna rob that off of Dad's car, and I'll build him a new one later down the road when he's ready for a new one. Because I need that now. He doesn't need that for a few months, so I got some time to build him a new one. Maybe he won't notice it gone. Yeah, y'all don't tell him. So that is where we're at. So I'm gonna turn the GoPro on, get to work, get to jamming on this stuff, and when we catch back up, hopefully we got some frame rails in here. Let's get to work. All right, so I'm interrupting this video real quick. It's actually the day after I filmed what you were just watching. Tuesday night is now Wednesday after work, and I had a change of heart. I woke up this morning and I wasn't really happy with how the tube fit, so I have since cut it apart, re-drilled my holes, and I added a few more holes just so we can weld in a bunch of areas. I've lengthened it slightly. I mean, that's not a hole drilled yet, but that is down there, over there, and on the other side. So I now have I now got a few more holes all the way around to plug weld. I have lengthened it a little bit more, and you can see it's nice and flat on the table and it's ready to go. So I'm actually interrupting this video because what you're about to watch is actually not the final product of how this thing was made. It's actually been finished the day after, but I'm not going to reshoot this whole video because I woke up and I wasn't happy with it. I just want you guys to know halfway through, or however much through, I'm redoing it because I wasn't exactly happy with it. So, back to the video, back to getting this thing in, and you're going to see the rest of that right now. I just want to stop this video to let you know that what you're about to see isn't 100% true, because I have since come back into the garage to fix what I didn't like about the tube. Because I woke up this morning, I was like, I'm not happy with how I did it. I rushed it and I wasn't happy with it. So now I came back, I fixed my mistakes, and we're gonna get after it now. So I'm now gonna weld this up, put it back in, and I'll catch up with you guys next video. So back to what I was doing yesterday, and back to making mistakes pretty much, because obviously I had to correct them. So back to making my mistakes. Here's the rest of the video. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Back to last night. hey, me again, just checking in. See? Boom. Different, more better. I actually got the MIG out, as you can see, and I used that to do the plug welds and the stitching, and it just made it better. And you can see that fitment is a whole hell of a lot better than what it was. Can actually get some good penetration in there, and it's going to turn out just fine, especially since there's going to be no weight on this, really no support. It's really just, this section of the tube's only job is to hold tin work. But I needed it a little bit longer, so got that, and actually used the MIG welder to get the plug welds, get them a little bit deeper, more penetration. Just, I think it came out better now that I've done it this way. Maybe not. Maybe it's exactly the same. I don't know. Whatever is what it is. I think it's better, so that makes me feel better. You guys may feel different. Nah, I don't really give a shit. Respectfully. I mean that nicely. Respectfully. You get what I'm trying to say. It is what it is. So, back to regular video again. Probably back to actually the outro of this video. I just wanted to stop in real quick and say, boom, done. More better. It's not perfect. Very ugly, but I will weld it up nicely, and I'll make it look really nice when I get to that point. So, time to make the other tube, make it more better than this one, and yeah, you guys will see that in the next video. So, back to the outro of this video. Just want to stop and say I fixed my mistakes, and in my opinion, I've made the tube better. And yeah, back to the video. Back to Tuesday night's video. All right, holy crap, that took some work. More than I was not expecting, but maybe expecting for tonight. But I gotta cut it off here, mainly because I got work in the morning and it's late. Along with that, we only got one in. It's not tacked up here. It is held on by a magnet. It is sitting at, oh, it's off. What do we got? Hold on. We're gonna zero that. All right, yep. Ha! Perfect. And it's back there. It is tacked in one area, but I have that clamp holding it up. Mainly just supported from the bottom because it is a really small clamp, but I have frame rail started in. Now, is it in the correct position? I'm really not sure. I need the other one in to figure that out and figure out where we're at. I just really wanted to throw one in and then figure out how to brace it, figure out how to support it when I am doing my measurement later. It's tacked in. I got to figure out my distances to make sure that this thing is straight down. And then I got to copy it over here, straight down. You kind of get the idea. I got to throw the other one in, and then I got to measure my distance from the inside of the other one to that one, front and back. Make sure that they're not doing this or they're not shifted over one way. Pretty much I got to sit down and take a bunch of measurements, throw the other one in, well, build the other one like this one. Then I got to get my measurements in, make sure everything is in place where it needs to be, and then weld everything up. Well, I gotta make the bar that goes frame rail across to the other frame rail that connects to the down bars, and then I can weld everything up. But I really gotta cut this video off here because I'm just not gonna finish tonight. So we're gonna pick up tomorrow, not tomorrow, we're gonna pick up next video. For me, it's gonna be a few days. I got a trip planned, I'm off, and yeah, I got things going on. So next video, we're gonna have the other frame rail in and that centerpiece. Honestly, I would love to have the frame rails all tacked in next video. That is the plan. So if you guys want to see that, make sure you click like, make sure you subscribe, continue watching. I greatly appreciate it. We're back making videos at least once a week, doing my best along with all the craziness that is going on outside. But it's all good. So this is what we got. Little random video of a whole bunch of other things going on, but frame rail is in. My first plug welding experience worked pretty well. And yeah, we got a frame rail in. That's pretty sweet. It's tacked in. And it's been a long time coming for that, so I'm super excited about that. So let's check that out again. Boom. It's in. Sitting at 90. 90 off of the cross member. I got to take a bunch of measurements, make sure everything's perfect, make sure they're all correct. But that's that. We got a frame rail in, tacked in. Super stoked about that. If you guys want to see the next video, which is where we're going to get the other frame rail in, have everything tacked up, have all the bars in place that are needed to have a complete frame rail section. And yeah, that's going to be the next video. So if you want to see that, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that fun stuff. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Cool stuff happening. I'm super pumped about it. See you guys in the next video.